I'm not expecting you to be up right now. I just want you to know that I don't have any expectations. I don't have any big expectations, so don't worry. Don't even worry about me. Oh, well, that's annoying. That's real annoying. I just dropped a bunch of green tea. That's a waste. Well. So MMA spectator, David Flores, hey, good night, bro. Good night, bro. Turkey's Nest, representing Theo Beto. Never believe government. What's up, Vato? Vato loco. I wanted to pop in. Members only, you know. I don't got any big productions tonight. I don't got any big chismosos tonight. I haven't even glanced at the news. I don't even know what's going on. Good start to the After Dark stream. You're listening to Late Night with the Grandmaster. I there was so my day was funky today. It was all hey Marloca, what's up? I had a late start today. Just derailed everything. I mentioned it before anyway that Sundays was the day that I was gonna give myself some freedom, a little bit of grace to mess up. You know, if there was gonna be a day in the week where I wasn't gonna be super active, it was gonna be Sundays. Can you read my comment? Because I need attention to live. There you go, bro. Um, um, but I still would have went live earlier than this because I just had like a little bit of a dip in the day, and I thought I want to do something, but I would have done it sooner. However, and I don't know exactly how to. I don't want to make too light of it. I mean, it's clearly a terrible situation. I just feel like we're so desensitized. We get so numb to certain things. Just, you know, in 2025. Unfortunately, we're just used to so much evil, you know? Just year after decade of just wicked things that we see in the headlines and on the news. And I've given this example before, but it's one of those things where you could see like breaking news, and you know there's a nearby TV, and it's like, you know, 32 people were just ambushed and murdered, and so on and etc. And you know 80 people were injured, and it's like, oh snap, that's unfortunate. Anyway, what do you guys want for lunch? You know, it's just become that way. And yesterday in my town there was dang it, there was a dude that murdered his wife. Serio, he, from what I read and what I heard, he shot her 15 times. And we found out as much as we did because apparently not my first, like not my nephew, but my nephew by marriage, one of his best friends that he was playing like high school football with, you know, he's only like 1 year out of high school. One of his best friends, it was his parents. So my sister-in-law was texting us and telling us, you know, hey, the dude's on the run and he's like super close to your neighborhood, and I guess he was on a chase and all that. And yeah, as we started to get more and more news, apparently he shot her like 15 times in the front yard, and we didn't even hear this part until today, but apparently it was like at a family function, and like there was a bunch of family there, and the lady that got killed, her mom was there, and the kids were there. Look at this is, oh, it's so messed up. The the um the son that was like best friends with my nephew, the son was out there trying. I can't even imagine, bro. Imagine after 15 gunshots, he's out there trying to do CPR on his mom. That's what they said. I can't even imagine that poor kid, just like in a frenzy, just heartbroken, terrified, he was trying to give his mom CPR after his dad shot her 15 times. Just imagine, like, just, gosh, just knowing too, like, but like, what are you gonna do? Just doing everything he could in that moment. Um, that will never be okay, but 15 times means something deeper. So look, I'm gonna tell you, look, Marilena actually got a little bit upset with me. Cause yeah, she got a little bit upset with me. Cause look, I don't, and I hope no one in here takes this the wrong way. And some of you in here might feel the same way I do. But as soon as I heard that, I don't remember my exact wording, and maybe I could have been more sensitive with my wording, but I had a similar thought. And I remember I asked something along the lines of, well, what happened? Or like, so bottom line is, Marilena kind of got frustrated with me because she basically thought I was saying like, well, what did the girl do? And I was like, that's not what I'm saying. But then I found out she was divorcing him. She was leaving him. And I was like, well, okay, yeah. Like, it's like a whole Roger Jackson situation. Doesn't mean it's all right. But it's like, you know, he didn't wake up one morning and decide, I think I'm going to kill this dude, you know? And I'm assuming, I don't know. Maybe the dude was just a monster. I don't know. But you're in your, what, 40s, late 40s, and you've been married forever, you're getting divorced, something happened, most likely. And she's leaving him, and he's probably like trying to hold it together, and she's like, Chale, I'm out of here. And I don't know if there was another dude already or what, but yeah, you're right. When it's 15 times, that's like, you just, like, somebody's brain and their heart just got all mangled, and they're not right anymore. And yeah, I guess she was leaving him, and I guess he was like, if I can't have you, no one's gonna have you, kind of thing, you know. But bro, like, imagine just like your kids, bro. Oh, well, okay. It ended today. They killed him. Today it finally ended. They found him and they shot him. There was a shootout. So now those kids have 0 parents. Dang, man. What's up, Billy the Kidder? Who's up mixing the martial arts right now? Wait, what? I don't know if anyone's doing any of that right now. We're all trying to wrap it up for the night, probably. I was having them too. Yeah, so apparently, because Marilena was like, what kind of gun is even gonna have those kind of rounds, you know? And I was like, It was, I mean, it could have been a number of things. If he shot her 15 times, he could have had 2 handguns. He could have had a modified clip. He could have had a rifle. He could have had something like whatever. And apparently, it turns out he had a rifle. And that's what I was saying. Look, see, you guys get it. Like, I'm not trying to be messed up. I wasn't like, yeah, that's good for him. What'd she do? But I mean, it's common sense. Like, I would have thought the same thing if the lady shot him 15 times. I would have been like, what happened? What did she catch him doing something? Like, but I don't know if it was so fresh. You know why I think Marilena got upset? Because she's not like that. She's not like all softy, like all sensitive about stuff like that. She's not like that. I think she got upset because I said it in front of the kids. And she didn't want to give the kids the wrong idea. Like, oh, it's okay to kill someone if A, B, and C, you know? But yeah, I mean, obviously it was something like that. The son and family might never recover from that trauma. Like, yeah, man, like, it was in front of them. I didn't even find out that part till today, that it was a family function and that apparently a lot of people were right there and they witnessed it. Like, he wasn't trying to be covert about it. Imagine he did it with a rifle. That means he didn't just pull a 9mm out of his waistband. He had to walk out from who knows where, from a closet, from some crawl space. I don't know. Wherever he keeps a big old rifle, he had to walk down the hall, turn the corner, go outside. And apparently she was in a car trying to leave, and he shot her when she was in the car. So she's like, I'm out of here. I'm done with you, and so on and so on. And so apparently a lot of people were like watching the whole thing, probably following him, like, what are you doing? And bro, it's not like it just happened, which is bad enough. But for other people to have witnessed it, and then the son trying to do CPR, yeah, crime of passion, that kind of thing. I bought some hibiscus tea today to help stay asleep. Oh, we changing the subject. I bought some hibiscus tea today to help stay asleep. While I was at the store, I picked up some green tea with matcha and a load of lemonade. Gia, what's your recipe for that green tea potion? Bro, I'm so happy to hear this. Okay, if you want, I'll be more than happy to like email it or write it down somewhere or whatever, just to get it more official. But just going off the beanie right here, oh, I'm so happy right now, bro. I bought some hibiscus tea today to help stay asleep. While I was at the store, I picked up some green tea with green matcha and a load of lemonade. Okay, so you don't have to. So it might sound funny, but I don't know if you got these things separate. I don't know if that means you got green tea that has the matcha in it, or if you got green tea and you also got matcha and you also got lemonade. Like, so here's my recipe. I use a brand called Crystal Light. Doesn't matter at all. It's just the way that I use powder to make lemonade. But as long as you got lemonade, you're good. So the lemonade you got, you're good. So what I do is I take, like, you know, those tumblers, those shakers. I fill up maybe, and I know it probably sounds like too much, but the one I use, the Crystal Light, it has 0 calories, no real sugar. I fill that up probably a little bit past. You know what? Probably just like right at 3/4, or maybe barely past that. But for flavor, I wouldn't go less, and you probably don't want to go too much more. So I would say about 3/4. Fill the cup that you're shaking it in, or whatever you're using. Fill it up about 3/4, and then I cut a whole lemon in half every time. I cut a whole lemon in half and squeeze both halves, every drop in there. I let the seeds fall in there, even a little bit of pulp, like anything. So cut a whole lemon, squeeze all that in there, and then I get 1 tablespoon. Like for baking and stuff, I'll get a tablespoon of them. I actually put 2. Marilena says normal people are supposed to put like one. I never don't put two. So I get a tablespoon, and I'll put 2 tablespoons of the green tea powder. And then any room that's left over, you fill about 3/4 with the lemonade. Any room that's left over, just put water. And then you get up as high as you can to the lid, close it up, shake it real good, and that's it right there. Put it on some ice. You're chilling, bro. Oh, I'm happy for you, man. I feel like your world just opened up to something beautiful. Let me know how you like it, man. That's amazing. I'm so glad you did that, man. It makes me feel like I made a change in the world, you know? Someone gravitating toward that matcha. Thank you for sharing that, bro. There's gotta be a motive behind most stuff like that. Shouldn't be weird to question. Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I feel like I've given Marilena trauma because she'll have to like sincerely ask me sometimes, like, "Hey, could you turn it off? Could you turn it off for 20 minutes? Like, you're not on camera or something. Could you chill out?" Because sometimes I think sometimes I give her a little bit too hard of a time, and I'll mess around too much, especially in front of the kids. And I think she's just so like used to me being dumb that when I was like, and I didn't say it like this, but this is probably the way she heard it. So they tell me what's going on, and it was as if I had basically said, "Oh snap! So what did she do?" And I didn't say it like that, but I don't hold it against her at all because I know I say dumb stuff like that all the time. Sometimes I'll say something that I know sounds bad, um, just to get a rise out of her because I just like messing around with her like that. But I know I do it too much. They got a firing shots at a vengeance. That's what it sounded like, bro. Much love, bro. Much love. That's a lot. Good to see you. Lots of pistols. Hold 7. For real? They go up to 17 now? Dang it. I was actually yeah, yeah. I got divorced after 20 years. It does make you crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Me and Marilena have been together a long time, and I'm very blessed to say that we haven't experienced, dark moments like some people have. But when you've been together long enough, you absolutely could understand how it could drive you. Like I could tell you, we've had a lot of scary moments, conversations, disagreements. I mean, when you've been together a long time, it's basically inevitable. Um, and yeah, I mean, I have felt ways that just made me so mad at myself. Like I feel like an idiot right now. I feel incoherent. I feel childish. I feel crazy. I'm going 5150 right now, and it's like I wouldn't feel this way otherwise. Like that love, that passion, like it could bring some ugly out of you. So I get it, man. I'm not gonna act like we've been living on honeymoon mode all these years. It there's been some stupid, scary times. Um, and I don't mean to be dramatic or anything, but I feel like anybody that's been like in a marriage for any significant amount of time will be like, "Yep, I get it." Those poor kids lost both parents at the moment the one did the other end. Oh yeah, because of jail time already, but then they killed him. We found out they caught him today. So the reason I even brought this up was because my sister-in-law was texting us and she's like, "Hey, be careful. I'm hearing that he's in your neighborhood." And then Marilena told me that this was after the stream last night. Marilena literally told because when I ended the stream last night, I immediately went on to the merch store and I started editing some new merch. And then I heard like 4 gunshots all loud back to back. And then like 10 minutes later, Marilena calls me over acting all like concerned. I'm like, what is happening? She tells me her sister's texting her, telling her all this stuff. And then we hear that the dude's on the run and we're like, oh snap. So then we're just with the kids and we're staying up all late. And then we're listening to the police scanner. we're trying to find out what's going on, and like, is there any actual danger in our area, and wondering like, where we should like bunker down in the house and just make sure we're not all spread out, and just kind of things you do when you got kids. And now I'm hearing a helicopter. Perfect. It's a full moon tonight. It's a full moon night. Oh, look, there's a helicopter. Wait, is that a helicopter? It doesn't look like a helicopter, but it sounds like a helicopter. That's weird. I can't tell. It definitely sounds like a helicopter. That does not look like a. That does not look like a. It does not sound like an airplane. Anyway, we were staying up late because we're like, well, what's gonna happen? I don't want to just be asleep, and some crazy dude on the run tries to like break into our backyard. When people are on the run, they're gonna go anywhere. They're gonna go through alleys, hide in your garage. And I was like, well, I gotta be on the lookout now. So then I ended up going to sleep at like, I don't know, 5 o'clock or something like that. And it just pushed us all back today. We were all tired. And then we heard that, yeah, he was on a chase, and they caught him like, what is that, like an hour, maybe hour and a half away. And there was a shootout, and they killed him. So now they literally lost 2 parents, literally lost them both within 24 hours. Dang it. I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend to know a lot about that gym bus. Are those like modifiers or something? These boys drinking grass. Okay, so it already has the matcha in it. Oh, snap. So, okay. Yours is different than my concoction then. What I would say, if you already have it in there, if you already have green tea made and it has the matcha in it, then what I would do to try to make it as similar as possible to mine, I would do the lemon thing. I would cut it, because mine is super. I mean, it's not to the point where it's too much. I love lemon, but I cut a whole lemon and I squeeze both halves in there. Now I like the way my green tea matcha lemonade has, because here's the problem. I've tried to do something like that before, where you take like 2 different beverages and try to mix them together, and they just don't take. You know how like when something separates after a while. I've like, imagine trying to mix like some Dr. Pepper and like orange juice. It would kind of just like it just wouldn't blend right. So I mean, you could get kind of funky and try to put some of the lemonade in there too, to sweeten it up a little bit. But honestly, that would be something I've never tried before. I I would just try to drink some of the green tea. Since you're doing this, like, a whole brand new experience, I would try drinking some of the green tea by itself first. Okay, that's what that tastes like. Then I would try it with some lemon in it. Cut the lemon and have squeeze. Okay, that's what that tastes like. Then blend it up, pour some lemonade in there, shake it up with the lemon juice, of course, still. Try that. Okay, that's what that tastes like. And then you know which one you want to do. Um, I'm excited for you, bro. What's up, Ty? Just hanging out. A little bit too late, like always. Bro, you have a lemon tree? I'm so jealous of you, man. Oh no, why would the audio be cutting out? That's annoying. Dang it. What's your Discord? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not like a genius with Discord. Do you mean like the page? Like the one that's in the membership tab? Like the community? Or do you mean like my username? What's up, Jorge Tirado? Full-size military style pistols are usually 17 with one in the chamber. What the heck? Dang, I'm out of the loop, man. I thought people were riding fat with 10. With 10 in the clip. Dang. Well, either way, they said it was a rifle, but I mean, at least I learned something new today. Dang. For real, Javi. Like, I was like, should I take turns like mobbing around in the backyard and then the front yard? But I was getting paranoid. Like, if I'm in the front, I might not hear anything in the back, and then vice versa. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay in the house, and then I could hear something from all over. I was just ready to go, bro. I was amped up. What's up, Carlos? YouTube trying to hide you from me? Especially since I went on the... Especially since I did members only. Of course YouTube's gonna disrespect. YouTube has... Man, I can't... Man, that's frustrating. The fact that even people that are members aren't getting notifications for members only is so frustrating. But it's not surprising, because YouTube is like basically no incentive to push a members only stream, because they're not gonna run ads on it. They ain't gonna make money. So it's like they don't even care. It's so dumb. It's a UFO. It looks different. I don't know why it's so bright today. I feel like normally when I'm out here, it's all dark. This night has some character. There's some trees, there's some UFOs, there's the moon. I don't know what's going on. Hey, what's up, Drew? So long story short, there was some... I was just saying that I was on a weird schedule today because we woke up super late, because we were up all night listening to the police scanner and trying to make sure everything was good, because there was a dude in my town that he murdered his lady. He shot her 15 times. I guess she was leaving him or whatever. And then he was on the run, and there was a bunch of shots near my neighborhood. I guess he was on like a shootout with the police, and they finally caught up with him, and they killed him today. They are green tea with matcha tea bags. So extra step is all. Oh. So, I mean, technically, the way I drink them is basically like if you just put the lemonade you got in a tumbler, like 3/4 full, squeeze your full lemon in there, and then those matcha tea bags you got, instead of putting them in the green tea, you would just put them in the lemonade, and then fill the rest of the tumbler with water, shake it up real good, and that's gonna be the closest thing to like what I drink. But the thing you got, I mean, that might be just as good. It's might have different health benefits since it's green tea to begin with. So I don't want to try to mess with what you already got, you know. But there's different versions. You're gonna like the way it tastes. I mean, those commercials used to come on non-stop, man. I was a bartender for years. I'll be able to figure it out. I wanted to have an idea of portions. Oh yeah. So as far as portions, yeah, I the only reason I get so generous with the lemonade is because, like I said, it's 0 calories. It's not real sugar. I use the Crystal Light, so I always do like a full, at least 3/4, filling the tumbler like 3/4. Marilena does like half, but I feel like hers is bland. But I'll do like 3/4, put a whole lemon. I used to, in the old days, I used to put half a lemon. Now I go all out. I do a full lemon, and then I do 2 of the tablespoons of the matcha powder, rest water, shake it. So that's exactly how I do mine. Yeah, I was messed up. For those of you who missed, like, I'm not trying to depress you, but apparently it happened at a family function, and a bunch of people saw it happen. And her son, who's like 19 years old, he's really good friends with my nephew, came out. Keep in mind, she had just got shot 15 times. 15 times. In front of her whole family. And her 19-year-old, just a wreck, just a mess. Trying, like, thinking, what should he do? He tried to give her CPR after that. I can't even imagine just the horror of just trying to save. Jeez, man. Wait, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm so confused. I feel like Jesse not telling me what is Discord because it's not in the description. Wait a minute. Okay, good. Okay, let me snap. I don't even know. Okay, I mean, I feel kind of helpless right now because I'm on my phone. Anytime I leave the phone, it like pauses the stream and acts like the stream shut down. And then I don't know how long I could be away from the window until it actually does close it. Um, so basically, the easiest way I could tell you this, Jay Smith, is if you go on. I don't know if you're able to do it right now or if you have to wait till after the stream. If you go on my YouTube homepage, where it says the membership tab, perks, whatever it says. When you open that, and again, I mentioned it a while back, it's very frustrating. I don't know why YouTube changed the format. They made, before, the membership tab was just like my post tab, and it was just recent to old, and you just scroll. Simple. And they made it so dumb lately. They formatted it all confusing. But I believe if you just scroll past some of the nonsense and you just go down, eventually it'll show you like recent to the oldest. And it's I don't think it's that far back. I remember I posted it again recently for somebody. If you scroll in the membership tab, it'll say something about here's the link, and it'll show a Discord link. I think it was literally for Teen Alley. I think when she came into the community a month or so ago and was asking about Discord and couldn't find it, I was like, here's for Teen Alley or something like that. But either way, the link itself will say something about Discord in the actual link. So that should take you there. But as far as my name, I don't remember, bro. I haven't been on there in a long time. If you get in there, which you should, you literally just have to go to the members tab and you click on it, and it'll take you right in there. If you go to like the oldest post, you'll see me in there quite a bit. But I'll have to go in there and look and give you an update. The GM had to sneak out to talk to us again. You already know. It's a blood moon. Bro, what do you mean? Isn't that one is red? What? 10 is the max for the stuff people can buy in some states. Oh, probably because I live in Califas and stuff's all dumb over here. That's what I got used to. You got homegrown dragon fruit? Oh, snap. Yeah, thank you, Resucitado. It was, yeah, it felt gross. It didn't feel good. I mean, I don't, not gonna make myself seem like a victim here after all this ugliness, but it did feel pretty gross. Like, just knowing I'm in here with my family and this dude at this point has 0 to lose, and he's on the run and he doesn't want to get caught. He's gonna do anything he has to do, So for me, I'm just like, oh snap, like this is high alert type stuff. So it didn't feel good. My mom used to make me green tea with lemon, honey, crushed garlic, cayenne pepper from my immunity. It was wild. Hey, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. I gotta screenshot that. That sounds real good. Did you like it? Yeah, it's crazy tonight. Look at that. It's crazy. It ain't acting shy tonight. That's streaming in the moonlight. You transforming into GM Kukui tonight? Nah, I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good mood because I worked out today. I got to get the blood flowing. I was moving around a little bit. No cucuis tonight. Snap. By my summation, YouTube is not trying to keep up with notifications precisely when the creator goes live. They have a lag on there and somewhere. I usually get a notification after like 30 minutes. It's so dumb. Like, I'll get notifications sometimes like 3 days later. Like, if I'm subscribed to my own channel, I'll get a notification like 3 days later, a video that I uploaded. I'm like, what the heck? Okay. Reverse engineering the tree. ARJR. Weekdays up, dojo. GM, I ordered the shirts before the sleep left my eyes. Ooh. Bro, yeah, I believe you missed the story from earlier about all the craziness that was happening in my town. But after it kind of mellowed out, and I stayed up like hours later, but after my family kind of mellowed out and fell asleep, I went back to the computer and I was like, I gotta get these done for the homies. So I made those shirts for you. I'm happy to hear that, bro. Thank you. Before the sleep even left his eyes, man. I appreciate that. Hey, does anybody you reminded me when you said that. Does anybody refer to the stuff in their eyes when they wake up in the morning as cheese? I remember when I was like a little kid, we used to say that. I'd be like, oh, I got some cheese in my eyes. Or like I would, that's how we would say it. And now I even say it as an adult. I'll tell like Jesse Jr. when he's getting ready for school. So I'll be like, bro, you got some cheese in your eyes. You don't wash your face or what? And then I realized when I was around some people before, it was like a sleepover kind of thing. And I realized people were kind of acting funny. And I realized I don't think other people say that. But I've been saying that my whole life. Like, I'll tell, somebody that I'm close to or whatever. Like, if they just wake up, they'll be like, do I look good? I'll be like, you got a little bit of cheese in your eye. But I hear most people say sleep. Does anybody say, or do you know anyone, or have you ever heard anyone else say that? Or is that only my family? I've called it that my entire life. Leaving a 19-year-old with no parents is, for real, bro. And so last night when Marilena was like telling me who this was and that it was the 19-year-old is a friend of my nephew by marriage and all that, she showed me a picture of their family. And it was the two parents and the son and a daughter. And honestly, I can't tell if the daughter was a little bit older or a little bit younger than the son. She might have been even younger. It's just these two kids, let's say they're both like about 19, just there you go. Good luck on your life. Just like that, man. That's so messed up, man. Like, I think about me at 19 and like how much I still, would rely, from time to time on this and that for my parents. Even not from time to time, even just like on a regular basis. It's like, gosh. That's amazing. I'm glad you have people like that to do that, Jay Smith. I mean, in a lot of cases, they come through much bigger than the parents, Melancholy. I hope you ain't feeling melancholy today, bro. Is it just your email address, or does anyone else in here know it? Uh, Honestly, I feel like people kind of gave up on me in the Discord, cause when I made the Discord, my goal with that was to provide a community for the people that wanted to keep the jokes going, keep the conversation going, keep hanging out, keep having a good time in there once the stream was over. And it was that, and also like I needed something to give to members. I was just like searching for anything that I could do extra for the members. And some people brought that up. So it was that plus, hey, it's a way to keep the party going. And early on, I got in there a little bit, but then I totally dropped out. And I wouldn't be surprised if no one in here has any clue what my username is in there, because I never go in there. I would think it would just be Mexican martial arts, but I don't know. The annoying thing is I could find out as soon as I'm not live. It just won't let me do that because I'm on a phone right now. Making brownies, hey, that sounds good right now. Oh wait, like real brownies or like, you know what I'm saying? Like food brownies? Weekday to all a good week. Yeah, it's looking good, right, Jeffrey? That full moon. It's looking good tonight, bro. It's looking different. It's illuminating the night sky, you know? You can see the tree line. Oh snap, cut all my long hair off today. Dang. We got to look at the moon together. I love I love to keep the Mitch Hedberg going. I love it. I don't know why this live is on a short format. It's so strange. If I swipe up, I leave the stream. Wait, what? That's weird. I'm over here trying to swipe up now to see if it happens, but it just makes the chat move. That's disrespectful to cheese. Boogers. Okay, I've heard people say eye boogers for sure. Ojos con queso. Oh, Jane Coffee. What the heck? Wait, so nobody says cheese? Hey, what's up, Mike Lane? I Krusty's brother calling that cheese is blasphemy. Oh my gosh, no way. That kind of makes me feel special. I'm telling you, I thought like my whole life talking to someone and referring to that as cheese is like telling someone they got a booger in their nose, Like that's like what else you want me to call it? Like that's what it is. And now I just gotta think of all the times in my life where someone was like, what? Yeah, for real. ARJR. Eye boogers. So that one, I can't believe that one for sure. I've heard that one. Yeah. But I can't believe there wasn't at least one person in here like, oh yeah, cheese. Discord is kind of weak compared to community posts. Community posts also show up in other people's algorithms. Okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly, there was a couple of things. Like I made it for the community. I did not make it for me. I made it to keep the party going. And then I noticed when I was in there, I noticed myself getting kind of addicted to it. And it was like problematic to the point where, like, even when I shut down, even when I'm not editing, even when I'm not shooting, even when I'm not streaming, I'm doing something with the kids or with Marilena, and I'm still just all day, like if I'm texting someone all day nonstop, and I'm like, all right, I'm finding myself telling my kids like, hold on, I'm sending this message, or hold up, I can't do that right now, or hey, look at this, well, hold on, I can, I'm sending this meme, and I'm like, wait a minute, I think it's getting a little bit out of hand. And I caught myself doing that. And then also what would happen was I would maybe say something, someone will comment, I'll say something, and then it would get to the point where, like, I would feel bad if I knew I needed to drop off. And then I still see people replying to the thing, and it's like, I just can't right now. I can't. I'm at my kids' game, I'm helping them with homework, I'm having dinner, whatever I'm doing. It's like, I can't right now. And then I feel like the people are gonna be like, for real, bro? You were just in here. I know you're seeing these notifications. And I got too in my beanie about it. I just started getting too wrapped up in, like, I'm just gonna offend somebody, or like, it got weird. I mean, certain things, honestly, it could get dicey with, like, DMs and stuff. That's why I, like, never ever ever get in my DMs, because early on I experienced that it could get, and I don't know if this is the right word, but like it could get too intimate, like too fast. It could get too familiar, and I don't even mean like something inappropriate, but I just mean like it's just like the comments thing. How I hate when I have comments that I haven't responded to. It bothers me, because I feel like the least I could do is respond to them, and then it gets to the point where, like, I'm not even a content creator anymore. I'm not even working on videos. I'm just preoccupied with chatting or getting back to a message or something. And then it's like, that's actually happened before. That actually happened to me very recently. I'm talking about within like the last month, where there was, I had a certain amount of time where I was going to be able to get on and stream, but I wanted to respond to some messages and stuff like that. First, that I was like, well, I saw these pop up, because I'll try to dedicate certain amounts of time to, my internet activity. I don't want to just be on there all day, every day, and just be a bad family member. So sometimes I'll get on there and I'll see messages or whatever, and I'm like, oh well, I'm not gonna do nothing till I address this first. And then I get to the end of them, and it's like, oh, I don't have time to stream anymore. That actually happened, like, I don't know, 3 weeks ago or something. I can't remember. Sometime in August. So it's hard. It's just like those OnlyFans people. I've heard it. Have you ever seen it pop up, or like in podcasts, people make fun of them and stuff like that, and they'll say that these people literally hire people from like out of the country. Like, if you follow like a OnlyFans girl, they'll pay people like in India to respond to all the DMs, and it's not even the girls talking to them. Like, that's how people treat stuff. And I'm always like, nah, I don't like that. I actually had someone before that offered to respond to all my comments and all my emails and everything. And I was like, ugh, brother, ugh. I told him that's gross. I would never want to do that. That's so inauthentic. But I mean, it just goes to show you how time consuming it could be, that those OnlyFans girls literally pay people to do that. GM, we could still see you in the members. I'm still waiting on the voice live. Wait a minute. Wait, what? They do it like that? I think I misunderstood. They do voice live chats? Oh, that could get freaky real quick. Oh, gosh. I know there's some weirdos that pop in here sometimes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's gonna get scary. Um I love that one, Mike. Here's what I don't understand. What does that mean? Like if it's on short format, what it how does it look different? Like what are you guys seeing? Cuz on my end it looks exactly the same. That's why when you mention, oh, I wonder if it's because it's a members only one. That's the only thing I could think of. Because on my end, there's zero that I did different. There's not even like different ways to go live. It doesn't give me like different option formats or anything like that. The only thing different is that it's a members only stream. Oh. Except one hair is not too much. Hey, what's up, Holzer, the guy? And possibly the gal? Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that, bro. As I was saying that, I was like, man, I could, I could understand if how that could be taken the wrong way, but I appreciate you getting it. Oh, my brother-in-law said I look like a gym influencer with my MMA shirt on. Yes. Yes, bro. You gotta post that. Dude, I have zero social media. It's too easy to get sucked in and depressed. Yeah, yup. You know what happened to me the other day? And again, we're only people, We're only people. Sometimes when you're a person who posts stuff, sometimes people don't look at you like if you're a human. They just look at you like, oh, there's another poster. They're just, another jester to dance for me. And I posted something on TikTok. And somebody left me a comment and said, who is this MMA guru wannabe? And man, yeah, I'm gonna be when I hear stuff like that, it's similar to people saying that I stole Dana White privilege from Tony Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? Um, and look, I can't. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. I have no desire to um downplay anything that the MMA guru has done or anything he's accomplished. No desire. Numbers don't lie. But in my, like, the only petty, pathetic thing that I could cling to, which doesn't even make me look good, is that, like, my gut wanted to just tell him, like, bro, I was here first, bro. But it makes me sound worse. Because it's just like saying you're the old, you're the first model car. And then they built on it and they made it better, So I know that's no argument. But the thought that someone would think I was copying him, that made me lose my mind. Who's this MMA guru wannabe? And I'm like, are you serious? What is it? Is it because of the beanie? because for years people called him a wannabe because he put the beanie on, and I would defend him, and I was like, that's ridiculous. More than one person could wear a beanie. That's stupid. That's like saying, oh, he ripped you off because he's wearing a shirt. But now when I'm on that end of it, it's like, oh no, you did it. And yeah, I mean, I get it. Because like that bothered me. You know, that social media, just giving that person the power. It could have been some stupid 14-year-old kid or whatever. Just giving someone the power to say something. Just, you know, and that's what social media allows you to do. It's like, I'm just going to drop this right here. And they move on with their life. Probably thought nothing of it. Went on to leave 35 more hate comments, you know. But, you know, but I got this one here in my feed. And I'm looking at it, and I got to live with this one now. And I got to look at my algorithm. I got to look at my analytics. I got to look at my numbers and be like, yep. What else would he say? I can't argue with them. Nothing that this dude can observe proves him to be wrong. Why wouldn't he think I'm an MMA guru wannabe? I can't say anything to this. Man. All right. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Billy the Kidder. I mean, I hope it's going in the right direction, though, bro. Go Raiders! Go Raiders! I don't blame the OnlyFans girls. I wouldn't want to talk to those dudes either. So I don't know then. That's so weird. I don't know what's up with this. I mean, it could have just been a dumb glitch. Just like when I do Streamlabs, it glitches sometimes. It's the same for me unless I hit the channel logo on the channel subscription page at the top. Definitely a YouTube thing. MMA guru wannabe is one. Yeah, bro, that did not feel good. What's a guru to Grandmaster? Charles' next video, someone called me an MMA guru wannabe. I appreciate that, Carlos. That's good to hear, man. Young and strong. That's good to hear, man. Just hanging in there. Glad to hear the optimism, bro. That's important. Yeah, I was, I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of, I mean, if there's anyone I could talk to about this, it's you guys. I was up kind of feeling sorry for myself last night. And, I was looking at my channel. I was looking at some of my videos, some of my old videos, and I was just like, I was looking at old channels I used to watch. I was looking at channels that are doing well, and I was like, for that, now I'm gonna go dislike Guru's videos. I was just like, what could I do? Like, there's times I legitimately think that, because there's channels that used to thrive, and they're like super dead now, super dead. Like Niga Higa, one of the biggest YouTubers ever on YouTube. He stopped uploading on his main channel, but he has a second channel which used to get millions of views. Every video would get millions of views. And now I literally went to his page last night. I was doing massive research last night. I'm gonna be honest. I was feeling sorry for myself, and I was trying to figure out what could I do. I was trying to do some market research. I was looking at his second channel, and his videos literally get like 1,500 views, 1,000 views, 2,000 views, and I was blown away. I don't know if some of you guys don't know this dude. He was like PewDiePie. Like, he was gigantic. He was like the first big viral dude on YouTube. He was just like, I can't oversell it. He was just the biggest. And even his channel now, it's dead. Same thing happened with Master Ken. Doesn't get any views anymore. And I can't remember what, like, I was trying to look up some OG channels yesterday, and I was like, is this a thing that YouTube does? Like with, like Apple with the cell phones, trying to make people get new phones. Like, they just make them stop working after a while. Do they just kill certain channels or something? And I was just trying to figure it out, and I was looking at some of my old stuff, and I was trying to figure out all the different things I could have done to kill the channel. This community is the best. We will keep this GM going because he deserves it. We deserve it. Thank you, bro. Thank you. And I kept trying to remind myself for that. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The numbers don't matter. It's the people right now in the community that's making it work and making it different and giving me the motivation to move on and keep going. And I had to keep telling myself that, because, like, otherwise it's a disaster, bro. Yeah, Epic Mealtime. I remember that too. And but again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because, like, I started uploading these videos in 2016. The MMA Guru made his channel in 2017, and he's getting like 200,000-300,000 views per video. And he doesn't edit them. And he brags about it. Forgot who he was. I saw something the other day, and he was like, I couldn't even be bothered to edit my videos. I don't edit anything. And I mean, he looks like a ghost in his videos, like the low resolution camera, the lighting, and it's like, what the heck, man? Like, I don't know. The algorithm is just like, yes, he's the chosen one. And I'm not hating about the lighting and stuff. I'm just thinking, maybe that's brilliant. Maybe it's that down-to-earth touch. I don't care. I don't need to worry about editing. I don't need to make blockbuster videos. Maybe that's the trick. I don't know. But I know on my channel, when I stop doing those big old highly produced videos, people don't like it. So it's like, what? Like, the discrepancy doesn't make any sense. If I try to make videos like that, I will get so many comments of people being like, what the heck is this? How come they're not like your other videos? So it's just like, MMA Guru does a lot of hot takes and drama. Not hating on his content, but you make different videos. Yeah. I remember before I took my hiatus, I would see what he was doing, like, starting these beefs with Ariel and Bisping, and it's like, anyone with a brain could see. And again, I'm not hating on it either, because I've always said, hey, I respect the guy's work ethic, and he obviously figured it out. But it doesn't change the fact, like, I would be like, oh, I see exactly what he's doing. He's rage baiting these guys, and it worked. And I remember just the fact that I could see it so clearly. It was like, it wasn't something that I'd want to do, because I didn't want to just go out of my way to be hated by everybody. But I think a lot of his viewers and people respected that. So it just made so many people ride with him. And sometimes I gotta remind myself that you're not yelling at the mic the entire video. Yeah. I have to remind myself sometimes that I started making. I'm a broken record. I'm not in a good place tonight. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I don't want to put all my weight on you guys. Sometimes I feel like it becomes a mantra, kind of like I try to make myself feel better. I have to remind myself that I didn't want to make UFC videos in the first place. Remember the homie Alejandro, he talked me into it. You guys could thank him for that if you like him. He talked me into it. He was like, bro, you got to go with the news. You got to do stuff like this to stay consistent. You got to do this to get relevant titles and people will click on them and stuff. And I was like, that's boring. I don't want to talk about UFC fights. We had a little bit of a back and forth about it. I told him, I just want to do the Mexican martial arts. I want to do stuff with Flaco. I don't want to be talking about Darren Till and this. That's boring to me. I don't want to just sit there. I remember the first time he told me it's basically just you sitting there talking about the fights. I was like, are you kidding me? Nobody's gonna watch that. I told him, you want me to go from throwing Flaco across the dojo and kicking him in the head and doing all this slapstick stuff to sitting down and talking about a UFC fight? I appreciate you being willing to do it, Hoser. I appreciate that, Jane. MMA Guru made a 30-minute video calling Raja an animal who should be in a cage. You made a 2-hour stream saying that Raja's chat is culpable and that the situation is nuanced. Oh my gosh. I actually love that, bro. That actually makes me feel better. That actually makes me feel better about myself, my integrity. Nicola. What's up, Nicola? How's the dojo doing? We're doing good, bro. We're doing good. I'm on a funky schedule today. I didn't mean to disrespect you guys in your time. You can be real, GMS, all good. I appreciate your honesty. Thank you, man. Thank you. I just, you know what I feel like right now? And again, this is where I could talk about this. You're the people it makes the most sense to. You're quite directly involved. Here's how I feel right now. Because I know there's a big sense in which it seems so stupid and foolish for me to be like having this mental crisis right now after August was so good and everyone was so supportive. But here's where I feel like I'm at right now. I feel like I am like sleeping on my friend's couch. And I'm super, 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 super thankful for that friend. And if it wasn't for that friend, I wouldn't be able to like stay in this town and work this job that I just got and and do, all these things because this friend kind of really came through for me. I got hired at this random, I'm making this up right now, this is all hypothetical, but let's say I got hired at this construction job and they're going to pay me good, but I didn't have nowhere to stay. And my buddy said, you could sleep on my couch. And so here's how I feel right now. I feel like I'm sleeping on my friend's couch. And my friend is super kind and loving and caring and understanding. But I know that I can't sleep on that couch forever. And I don't want to take advantage of the couch. I don't want to overstay my welcome. And I got to start figuring out the transition to where do I go from the couch and how does that look? Because I can't expect what happened in August to happen every month. It's not realistic. So I'm already thinking, how can I be intelligent enough to make YouTube work for me? And be able to use the generosity and the success from August to help get me there. So now I'm already in this panic mode where I'm like, I don't know how to make the right kind of videos to make the algorithm favor me. And literally just last night, I was thinking like maybe I should start a new channel and just put like all the stuff on that channel and start all over and maybe have a good relationship with the algorithm now. Because I was thinking about it last night. There was so many things that could have put me out of favor with the algorithm. I would get age restricted a lot because early on I was stupid and I didn't realize. And they went and changed the community guidelines on me. When I first started, it wasn't always the same. A lot of my early videos would show real fights. And that's a big no-no on YouTube. There are ways around it if you're doing commentary and this and that. And I see channels all the time. And I'll even tell them in the chat. I see channels all over YouTube that have real fights in them. And they're providing commentary and it's for educational purposes and so on. How come you guys are coming after me? Oh, well, we can't speak on other channels. We can't give you the details of other channels. Oh, we could talk to you about your channel. I'm like, oh, okay, how convenient. So I would get age restricted all the time because what would happen was I would put up a video in like this happened a lot. I don't know if you guys remember. There were videos I put up in like 2017. And then we're in 2020. And I was getting age restricted, blocked, demonetized. I even got a couple strikes. There was a time I had 2 strikes, one more and they would have deleted my channel. It was 2020 and they were hitting me with stuff from videos I uploaded in 2017 because overnight the community guidelines changed and they started coming after me. And I was like, what? I did that years ago. And how am I even going to remember which video is which and go through them all? And so I was getting age restricted because of fight footage. And then I would get copyright claim because I'd use fight footage from UFC. And I tried to be smart. I would try to flip it around and do this and that. And there's also the whole fair use thing. I wasn't just freebooting footage trying to take money out of the UFC's pocket. I was using clips and providing context. And as far as I'm confirmed, doing stuff that would just make people want to watch UFC even more and then go get Fight Pass or whatever. I wasn't just uploading entire fights. So I was constantly getting all those things, age restricted, demonetized, blocked worldwide, copyrights. And then when I was trying to fix that situation and Rumble came around, they asked me to do this thing on Rumble where I basically flipped this switch and all of my YouTube videos automatically became uploaded to Rumble as well. It kind of just like pushed them all over. And I wonder if that did something to YouTube on the back end that made it look spammy or somehow weird or maybe because YouTube and Rumble are competitors, they didn't like that. I don't know. But I just know I've gotten so many different demonetizations and blocks and this and that YouTube probably got to a point where they're like, we're done with you. You're done. And it limited my reach or something. So now it's like I just, again, I know this sounds like I'm complaining and being a downer, but I'm just, the last 48 hours or so, I've been in a little bit of a panic. I'm just not feeling confident. Well, thank you, Nicola. That's very kind of you. None taken, Marloca. I'm glad to be back, Nicola. I'm glad to be back. We need to build you a house. That'll be nice. I had a mental crisis last week. I couldn't get out of bed. I felt like I was barely staying above water, failing as an adult. So please tell us. I could relate to that. Oh my gosh, I could relate to that. I hate that feeling too. Like when you have kids and stuff, and you got people who are depending on you and people you gotta come through for. It's like, man, I know it might sound selfish of me, but it's like, man, I can't even have my own feelings sometimes, you know? If I'm going through something hard, if something's complicated, if I'm trying to work something out, if I just can't get out of bed, if you know all the mechanics in my brain just aren't firing correctly that day, it don't matter. I gotta get up and I gotta, be the chauffeur. I gotta go here and there. I gotta make sure this and that's taken care of, and that's why things don't get addressed. My life just keeps moving too fast for everybody. And it's not a one-way street. I hope you feel confident that you could come here and with people who all care about each other and speak your mind as well, Nicola. Thank you. Yeah, freelancing is scary, hoser. It's scary. Just every day, every week, every month, you don't know what the future holds. Nobody takes you serious. If you try to, like, when it comes time to buy a car, house, or whatever, it's like, what? You do what? Okay, do you get consistent this or that? Wait, what? This is how you get paid? You got a cosigner? GM, there are people who make a living doing entertaining streams. Maybe the answer is the lives. I mean, I may just be having a little bit of a crisis coming to terms with that, to be honest with you. Because I was talking to someone in person the other day who was, being very encouraging, and they were, I'm gonna be honest with you. I always looked at live streams as just like the most laziest form of content, and that anybody could do it, and it's just so easy, and it just seemed like content creators who didn't really. I remember I used to see people who would stream constantly, and I would like kind of it would frustrate me because I would take a few minutes looking at their stream, and I'm like, these people are making so much money just sitting here and rambling, and I'm killing myself writing these crafted scripts and editing, like, what I'm trying to turn into a masterpiece here, trying to make the funniest thing ever, make it real tight, edit it again and again and again till it's perfect. And these dudes are just sitting here doing this, and they're killing it, and it would drive me crazy, and I would have like no respect for it. And I was like, no, I got my integrity. I'm gonna make good content. I'm not gonna disrespect people's time. But there's a part of me, I'll be honest, because you guys are the best. You're the best. But there's a part of me that will have these moments where I'm like, I know they're cool and they show up and it seems like we have a good time. But I bet you they're like, okay, well, it was fun, but when you gonna do the next breakdown though? It's been like a month, and yeah, streams are fun. We've been having a good time, but we kind of been waiting for the breakdown. We just want to say it out loud, But can you do a video already? I just feel like maybe they're being too nice, you know. they just don't want to tell me the truth. Yeah, you're right, Nicola. You're right. See, even that, Carlos. I think the biggest thing is I have this artistic temperament where I really want everything to be perfect, and I want to have such pride in my work, and I only want to put my best chancla forward, you know? And I remember I used to watch the Weasels videos, and I'd be like, this dude makes 15-minute videos with screenshots that just zoom in. This is boring. And I'd be like, I'm not gonna disrespect my viewers like that. Even if I'm risking copyright claim, I'm gonna put footage, I'm gonna do Photoshops, I'm gonna do all this other stuff. I'm gonna search for content, for visual punchlines I think would really amp it up. I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna do the most for them. So I'd see his videos and I'd be so mad. Hey, what's up, Justin? Thank you, man. That's a pretty good point, Nicola. That's a pretty good point. I don't want to be a hypocrite, you know? That's a pretty good point. Oh, boy. Oh, for real. Yeah, it is right now, Nicola. It is right now. Of course, you should think about it, but you should comfortably rely on this couch until you sold your house. Don't stress yourself out and make this YouTube career seem like the dump. Yeah. So, by all, everything that I've seen and heard lately, it seems like, it seems miraculous, to be honest with you, because we've had some things go on recently that made zero sense. And I thought, especially with the AC situation, that the people were going to end up backing out. And it looks like we're going to be selling, and it looks like we're going to have to be, oh my gosh, it's weird. I'm going to miss my dojo, man. It looks like we're going to have to be out of here by the 25th. Oh my gosh. And we still don't know where we're going. I don't know if I've told you guys that. We have no clue where we're going. We got no prospects. I have no idea. We'll figure it out. It is soothing. I love to hear the train. ARJR. That's important. The way you worded that is very important, and I appreciate that. Cannot serve two masters, And sometimes my worries get me too focused on one of them, I needed to hear that right now. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Billy. Yeah, Nicola, there's a lot of times where I'm like, I don't feel like, sometimes I wonder, did my parents feel like this too? I feel like I don't want this to come out the wrong way, like if I have some kind of developmental issues or something like that, but there's times when I feel like a kid still. I just feel like I'm still this kid that, same kid I was when I was in elementary school, middle school, high school. I still got the same, I don't feel like I turned a certain age and then boom, I'm an adult now and everything in my life is great and I'm so mature and everything's perfect now. I just feel like a kid that got older and has way more responsibilities now. And sometimes I feel like, is that how my parents felt too? I looked at them and felt like I'm good, I'm secure, they're taking care of me, they got it all figured out. And they're probably just as scared as I was. That's a good point, Justin. Same here, Nicola. This is a beautiful community. I was feeling bummed out before I came on here. Oh yeah, once I was 7 years old. Have you ever heard "Stop This Train" by John Mayer? It makes me emotional. I'm not gonna lie. It makes me emotional. I get it. That's a good point, Nikolai. It's a trap, man. All these things I thought I was gonna do. I don't know how many times I've kind of just balled up in my house, and I'm like, I didn't think my life was gonna be like this at this point. Like, where did I go wrong? My younger self would have been so ashamed. Yeah. Don't be a weenie. Don't be a weenie. Watch below the beanie. Wait, what do you mean, Javi? Like how to make a breakdown? Like the process of it? Oh yeah, same here, Jane Caulfield. That would be that would be a bummer. I don't want that to happen. That can't happen. Thank you, Carlos. Yeah, Justin, people are weird, bro. Some hate watchers get gifted memberships by accident. Wow, that's a pretty heavy point, ARJR. I shouldn't take that lightly and take it for granted. You're right, bro. Marloca, thank you for sharing your feelings with us. It's actually an honor. Today I had a good cry with my daughter, and it was just me crying. But having her just listen is the best. She always tells me I'm a strong woman. Oh, man. Well, thank you, Marloca. I gotta remember this community is different than when I used to just like upload a video on the channel where I wanted to be a little vulnerable. Cause man, it was brutal. There was times where I would upload a video just kind of talking about, how things weren't going well. And people would be like, hey, shut up, stop crying, go kill yourself, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, bro, people are gross, man. But on here, yeah, thank you very much. And I can't remember where I read it or heard it. I mean, I'm pretty sure we could all look it up. But a while back, I saw that supposedly when you cry and when you laugh, it releases like the same kind of stuff in your brain that kind of gives you that release and makes you feel better. And yeah, it's important. It's important, especially when you have someone like that, I mean, there's been times when I've opened up in a situation and you just don't get back what you hope for. Have you ever kind of like opened up to someone or been vulnerable and they just do not come through in a positive way, and it just feels, it's such a letdown. It's embarrassing. But yeah, it's not like that here. No, I'm glad to hear that you have such a great relationship with her. Thank you for this. Well, that's why I love it too, Turkey's Nest. It's hard when I try to sit down and make a video now all by myself. It's like, hey, where's everybody at? um, I haven't up to this point. Honestly, Nicola, one of the reasons I thought it hasn't even occurred to me is because again, the MMA fan base, like mixed martial arts, they're just brutal. I mentioned it yesterday in the stream. I feel like the community here is a bunch of cool people who also happen to enjoy MMA from time to time. But like MMA fans, you know how they talk about like identity politics? I feel like I how do you say how would I say that? Identity MMA or whatever. Like people whose like their whole identity is being an MMA fan and just that whole culture, like they just act crazy, man. And I think it hasn't even occurred to me because I just know how the kind of reception it would get. But I mean, maybe it would be good for some people who would actually be open to receiving something from it. Thank you, Hoser. That's beautiful, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, I did some of those, Carlos. Well, I think I would do different numbers to try to be different, you know, I'd like 7 or whatever. Thank you again, Hoser. That's very kind of you. I keep telling myself that, Justin. I keep trying to maintain that level of excitement, you know. Yeah, I say it all the time. There's times I wish I wasn't such a like artistic minded person, that I was just like simple and I could just not care about stuff like that. Cause I mean, we all know people like that. I know people like that, and I'm like, man, I wish I could be like you. Jim, as long as I see your face on here, I truly don't care what you do. Remember what you said about people not equating the joy they give to others with how they feel about themselves. Yeah, man. Yeah. Bro, I'm gonna screenshot that. I remember that, like, I mean, don't you ever just say something that, and I'm not trying to be all weird and mystical about it, but don't you ever just say something that you feel was kind of just dropped into your brain to share at the perfect time, that just perfectly expresses exactly what needs to be shared in that moment? Like, that's, you reminded me when I said that. I was like, because when you said that right now, I felt like I didn't even say that. Like, I felt like that came from somewhere else, you know. Like, I feel like I can't even take the credit for that. I remember it just felt like heavy. Thank you, Justin. And I appreciate you being a good, responsible dude and doing what you got to do for your son, man. That's beautiful. Thank you, bro. See you soon, man. Yeah, Jane. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I was saying yesterday, it's crazy when you go into like other MMA channels and it just feels like a bunch of monsters, man. They're crazy. It just feels like a bunch of people at the Roman Coliseum just wanting to see somebody die. Oh, snap. Whoa, you guys both said like the exact same thing at the exact same time. How'd you do that? I choose you. Yeah, that makes me feel better, Turkey's Nest. We're just all kids trying to figure out this crazy. We're like the Goonies, man. We're just trying to figure this thing out. What would you tell your younger self? Jeez, man. I feel that, Hoser. Do a breakdown on a live stream and just upload that part as a. I'm gonna screenshot that. I like that. I like that. I would like some different format type stuff, you know, just to mix it up. I mean, sometimes that's all we could do, bro. Just winging it. It's not like we're the only ones, man. I bet a lot of people are just winging it, bro. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, man. ARJR, I've done that. So obviously I'll eat some early on, but I've done that my whole life. I'll save a good portion for the end. Gotta save the best for last, you know? Carlos, I kind of did think about it, but I mean, I for real, I can't even, it takes way longer than people would think. Way longer. Um, some people brought up if I could stream it, which is impossible because I do it over a number of days. Which I guess if I was an IRL streamer, I could go like Rampage on. But I mean, here's what I said in August. People have been so supportive with the donations and stuff like that that it allows me to not have to as heavily rely on making videos for the algorithm. So because of that, I suppose it opens the door to be possible, because it would take quite a while, because not only does it take a while for me to make a breakdown, but to then document in a viewable way, the process of that would also take a while. And I guess like in months like August, that kind of thing becomes possible, because then I don't have to be fighting and racing with the algorithm and making the next prediction video and the next breakdown video. So it's possible. That could be interesting. Um, yeah, for real. I honestly, I got a little bit hesitant sometimes about the Discord, because some people act different in there. Like if you want to lurk a little bit, because I think you can get in. I don't want to give you the wrong information. I think you could sign up and get in. No, I think they'll see you once you first sign up. But I don't. I think you can hide your status if you want to show when you're actively in there. That way you can kind of lurk sometimes. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember when I was in there more actively, people act like some degenerates in there, man, and it kind of discouraged me from going in there a lot, because it's like, you know what? I don't want to get caught up in some weirdness. So you might have to lurk for a little bit. Oh snap! We're not asking for a documentary style project. Just you setting up the camera, capturing your work, and have everyone just chill in the chat. Oh man, that would be full blown Truman Show. Oh man. Man, I feel like some of you would be a little like, if you saw how the chorizo was made, you know? Like, honestly, if you saw me sitting there, yeah, if you saw me sitting there, hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jesse. And hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jesse, and I'm the. Stupid. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Jesse, and I'm the founder and grandmaster of MMA. Need some more green tea. Hey, what's up, everybody? I mean, when I shoot a 10 to 15 minute video, I'll be sitting there for like 3 hours sometimes. Just the same line. When I edit, there's some lines I've done 30 something times. And sometimes I'll play them over and over a dozen times at least, just to make sure I get the best take. Yeah, it would be funny for there would be funny moments. I told Marilena to text me earlier when she was all done with her homework, and um, maybe we could watch something or whatever. Watch some home and garden television show or something like that before knocking out. And she just texted me, and I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank you. I know I felt torn about it because some people would be like, "Hey, don't ruin it. Don't show us that it's, don't show us your bloopers." And then some people would be like, "Do more." Yeah, it's all over the place. I like doing it though. Well, thank you. Um, but I want to thank you guys for being here. You said some really cool stuff tonight that I really do need to take to the beanie. And I'm glad I streamed. It was a funky time to do it, and I really didn't think I was on stream today, but I'm glad I did it. And I'm glad that the people that showed up were able to show up, and I know some of you stayed up way later. I'm sorry, Cheesy Lemon. That's so annoying, bro. I'm sorry, man. So dumb. I've already been streaming. It says 101 minutes. I apologize, bro. Hey. Hey, I tip my beanie as well, bro. That's cool, man. Love you, Beto. Love you, bro. Yeah, I want to thank you very much, those of you who stayed up and sacrificed some of your sleep. I will never take that for granted. I'll never take that lightly. You guys are amazing. Thank you, Michael. For real. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You guys have a good night out there. You be safe. We're going to get back at it tomorrow and keep making some progress. Good night, Nicola. Good night, Jeffrey. Thank you for watching Mexican Martial Arts. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Late.